Hi everybody! Today I wanted to talk to you all about public holidays in Spain, or really in Europe in general, because being from the United States, I'm not used to having them. So I don't know how many of you are from the United States, are from Spain, are from anywhere else in the world really, but for those of you who don't know, in the United States we have 10 federal holidays in a year. 10. That's it. So that means that there are only 10 days during the year, aside from, weekends, where you don't have to go to work. Like the entire country basically gets the day off. They're big holidays. However, you come to Spain, or really Europe in general, and suddenly it's like every day is a bank holiday, or people just decide that they want to take the day off, so they do, and I don't understand how this happens. To me, this seems like a system that just can't possibly work, and yet it does. So I was actually looking this up the other day, and I realized that in Spain alone, so I don't know about other countries, but in Spain, there are 41 public holidays throughout the country. 41. So that's more than 4 times what I get in my country. So when I first got here, being an auxiliar, you start the first day of October. So the first Monday of October, whatever that is, that's your start date for work. Well, for me, being in Soria, that was a public holiday. It wasn't for the rest of the country, but for Soria it was, because it was our Patron Saints Day. So it was the Patron Saint of Soria's feast day, which meant that we got the day off. And then, because they wanted to make it more special, people want to celebrate, it's very exciting, your patron saint, they gave you 3 days off. So it wasn't even just the one day. I started 3 days later than everybody else in the country, because in Soria it was the patron saint's holiday. And that's fine. That's actually really normal to be in Spain and then just get days off. The thing is, no one told me. So I didn't find out until 3 days before I thought I was supposed to start working that I was getting 3 more days of summer. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't complaining. I was very happy. I'm like, woohoo! I don't have to go to work yet. 3 more days to sleep, 3 more days to prepare myself. But it's just so common here that you're just getting days off. And then what's more, the following week was Spain Day. So Dia para España, or Dia de España, which is the day that Columbus landed in the Americas. So it's a national holiday here. So my first week was only Thursday and Friday, and then my second week of work was only Monday through Wednesday, because Thursday was Spain Day, so they gave you Friday off too, because they're like, we don't want to go back to work just for a Friday, and they call that a puente, a puenta. Puente. But basically that's saying like, hey, the vacation is here, but we're going to give you this little bridge between this break and that break so that you don't have to go to work yet. So in my first 2 weeks, I was only working for the equivalent of 1 week because I was getting so many holidays. And that's crazy to me. But in Spain, everybody's just like, yeah, it's normal, And I guess that's what happens when in your country you get well over a month's worth of public holidays in a year. But like I said, to an American, I'm sitting there like, do people not work here? Like, is this country just made to be lazy? Which is totally at my speed, like, cool, perfect, I'm all about the lazy life. But it's just so crazy. And what's more, they get more vacation time here. Which, if you know anything about American working and so on, that's not surprising. But it's still nice to know that I can still get my own personal vacation time if I want it, and that's not a problem. So in a couple days, actually, I'm going to be taking some time off because I have to go to a wedding in the United States. So obviously that's a lot of traveling, so I need some days to travel and go to the wedding and then come back. So I'm actually taking some days off, and everybody's fine with that. You know, I feel like I've barely worked. In my first month, I'm only going to have 1 full week of work, but that's just Spain. And it's amazing, and I love it. And it's so nice. What's also crazy, though, is that people go on strikes all the time in Europe. So my first day in Spain, we get off of the airplane, and my family were looking for a taxi, but all of the taxis had gone on strike that day because they were protesting app services that give you drivers. Because in Spain, to be a taxi driver is really hard. You have to go through a lot of training and you have to do a huge test. But to work for any sort of app service that just provides you with a car, you don't need to do that. So taxi drivers were obviously really angry. So because of that, they took the day off to strike. Every single taxi driver in the country took the day off to strike. And I'm sitting there like, this is so inconvenient. What are you thinking? I need a taxi. But it was also, to me, I thought it was very wrong because it meant that every single person that needed a taxi were using apps to get drivers. So in the end, I don't know what they were hoping to accomplish. But a lot of people, when I was talking to them about this and complaining, were telling me, yeah, they probably just wanted the day off. Like, they were probably mad, but really people just wanted a day off, so they decided to go on strike. I'm thinking, what? You just want a day off from work, so you go on strike? And that's such a different concept from in the United States, where basically you just work. You know, for the most part, people don't go on strike, because if you're mad about something, you deal with it, and you work some more. You know? And so it was just so crazy to me. And it's so fun to think of how different work culture can be in different parts of the world, because I never really thought about it before. How having public holidays, more and more public holidays, just makes you more relaxed and accepting of the fact that people need me time, you know? You gotta take care of your mental health too, and that's something we don't do much of in the United States. So, good job, Spain. I'm really loving all my days off. Until next time, bye-bye.